Hello and welcome to episode 76 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would discuss improvising, but starting on every degree of the scale and things you can do on every degree of the scale. So what I've noticed for myself is a lot of times when I hit a certain note in the scale, it triggers me to do something, and a lot of times it's the same thing. So if I hit a tonic or a third and I end up always going up a chord from there, or maybe playing up a triad, or maybe going up 5 notes, sometimes your fingers, because you're so comfortable with playing a few of those, you end up playing the same thing all the time. At least that's what happens for me. And this video is really inspired because I've been trying to take Barry's classes online. And 2 weeks ago, he did a class where he was talking about Chi-Chi, which is a blues in A flat. And there's a little spot of Chi-Chi where it does this particular movement. But Barry just really quick came up with like one of the most beautiful phrases I've ever heard him play on this little spot that I've never heard him play before, but he just kind of was thinking about it and he just came up with it. And it was so inspiring. It really inspired me to think about like all the same stuff that I keep playing over and over again the same. And it kind of gets you in a rut. So a good way to maybe get yourself out of that, or at least it's helping me, is starting on every degree and seeing what you could do from every degree in tempo. So what I mean by that is, let's say if we're taking a blues in B flat, where the scales for the blues in B flat, we'll just play the first couple bars, would be B flat major, a B flat 7 up, then E flat 7 up, then B flat 7 up and down. So if we're going to put that together, here I have a metronome, we'll put it together. So we'll say, okay, so now we want to start coming up with phrases. So a lot of times when I start on the tonic, I'll immediately put a half step. So I don't want to do that all the time. So maybe if I start on the tonic, maybe I want to run up to something. Or do something that we've been practicing. Like when we practice the scales, we practice thirds. We practice triads. Or we practice chords. And so on. We practice these things. We practice half step below. We practice going up 3 notes, then going up a third. See, we practice that stuff. So we have to, the thing that I always find interesting about Barry's stuff is that it's immediately applicable for soloing. So you could throw it right in. Now, whether you do it or not is a different case, but they're all useful. So I was trying to figure out things for myself. I'll just show you what I was going through. So if I started on tonic, let's say I wanted to start creating new things from the tonic. So let's say I want to do thirds. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. So after the second beat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that was just the thirds. That was nice, but maybe now I want to do a third with a half step below. That's a nice one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me hear that. Damn. That's a nice one. How about if we do start on a note? That's a nice one. So let's just start on a note, play up a third with half step below. See, that's nice. That's nice. So how about our triad? That's a nice one. 1, 2. those are nice. That's a triad. But what if I did triad starting on the beat? That's a nice one. 3, 4. Very nice one. Let's say if I did 3 notes up. Let's do that one. Oh, that's nice. So you're starting on the note, you're going up 3 notes, then going up a third. Let's see if I can make something of it. 3, 4. Yeah. So you see, I'm trying to take every different idea starting from the tonic instead of doing the same. It's not that it's boring, but it's boring to me because I do it all the time. So now maybe what if I start on a second? What if I start on the second? So let's start on the second. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I came down a chord from the second of the B flat 7. Yeah, but that was from the second. So what if I wanted to do maybe from the second? Let me. That's nice. Just thirds. 1, 2, 3. Then I put 1/2 step with the E flat 7. That's nice. But the whole idea is to try to make something different up than you're used to doing, so that when you get time to play the blues, you don't just go to your same 3 or 4 riffs that you always play. So then let's try from the third. That was a triad, but maybe we'll do a third. Let's see. I like that. That's nice, but maybe a third with the 1/2 step below the third. So, oh, that's a nice one. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, man, this is nice. Wow, that's a nice one. I never did that one. So that's a 1/2 step below the triad for the third. But now let's just play. What if we just played up 3 notes? That's a nice one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a nice one. What if we went up to the 6? Let's see. See if I can make it right. Yeah. Up to the 7. I would put 1/2 step there. Watch this one. Let's see. 3, 4. Man. But you see, like, every note is triggering me to do something else, some other series of things that I know. But what happens is, a lot of times for me, I know I get used to playing like 3 or 4 lines always. This goes in succession with this, which is fine because most people haven't heard it. So if you're hearing it for the first time, it sounds great. But to keep yourself interested, you should have a bunch of those ready to play. And I know I don't, and I have to. I have to really work on that myself. And I know other improvisers have a thing like that too. It's why when you hear people solo, you hear them, sometimes they play the same things. And it's because we all are at that, we all have an issue with that. So I think this is the way that we have to practice it. You know, one time I remember in class, Barry was doing a thing on Bridge of Cherokee. So we're starting on Cherokee, which starts on F sharp 7, up and down. But he had the class, anybody from the class could call out any note, just a letter. And then he would start the bridge of Cherokee with that note, and he would find a way to make it right. Any of the notes, it didn't matter. It didn't have to be part of the scale. Any of the 12 notes. And he was pointing to people and he said, call out a note, call out a note. So somebody would call out F, somebody would call out B flat, somebody would call out C, anything. And then he would immediately count off, and then he would try to create a line starting with that note. It was like so incredible to witness it. And it was as if it was like every line too came out so perfect. It was beautiful. But that's because Barry, obviously being a master, has these scales and rhythm totally in his command. And he's just able to just do it like that. And I think that's the goal for all of us. That's the thing I'm really struggling with lately, is trying to really find a nice balance between comfortably playing, but also comfortably really improvising. So there's two different things. There's, you know, the things that you work out beforehand that then you could throw in because they feel comfortable. But then there's a certain level of improvisation that has to be there also, which is always, you know, it's supposed to be the difference in our music. So that's what you do. You practice to the point where then when it comes time to improvise, you're really comfortable within that format, within that rhythm. But for what I find for myself is, like I say, okay, every time I end up on third, I always come up a chord. Like I do this a lot, which is coming up a chord. You know, whatever it is, but it's always coming up a chord. Sometimes you can come up a chord, but you can just skip the third note of the chord. So instead of saying, you say, that's a nice one. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice one. Let's see. 2, 3. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that's an interesting way. We only got up to the third, but you see already all the different things, and we could have started on any note. See, like let's start on a strange note. Let's start on, like, let's say. So let's start on F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if that sounds good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it sounded okay. Let's start on the flat 5. Let's say 1, 2. That's a nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. See, I came up from the third. Look, I did it again. Come up a chord. Every time. I got to stop that all the time. Wait, let's see. Let's see. Oh, man. See, now I'm trying not to do it. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I came up a chord from the third there, too. 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4. All right, that time I ran up. That was okay. But I could have said a million things. See, there's a million things you can do, but it's a question of what your hands get comfortable doing and then what kind of takes over. So this is just an interesting way to try to get yourself out of that. Anyway, I hope it was helpful. This was actually more of a video to help myself, really, with this process, this ongoing process. I hope it helped you too. But until next time, enjoy, what should we call this? Soloing from every degree. Till next time, thanks.